Okay, let's have a look at 5-point summaries in terms of doing them in Excel, and also creating box and whisker plots in Excel as well, because that's really useful actually. They update in real time as you change numbers. So let's have a look at that. Okay, so to do any 5-number summary, we're going to need our 5 numbers, right? Our minimum, our maximum, our Q1, our Q3, and our median. But the great thing is that good old Excel will do all of this hard work for us. So if we put equals and we want quartiles, now when we go to type in quartiles, there's a quartile exclusive. Now if we do that one, it will exclude the minimum and the maximum, which we don't particularly want. If we do quartile inclusive, the INC, that one there, it will include our minimums and our maximums. So we choose our set of numbers just like that, but we can't just hit enter. If you hit enter, it'll say, oh, you haven't given me enough information. Okay, so let's give it what it wants. Go to the end, hit comma, and this little pop-up will appear and show you the 5 different options that you have. Well, seeing as we want the minimum, we want option 0. So we'll hit 0 and hit enter. And there it is. That gives us our minimum. And the cool thing is, if we drag across this little tiny green square in the bottom right hand corner, it will populate for this information for the other suburb. Okay, so if we do this, we can populate all of these. But guess what? They're all the same. Is that helpful? Well, kind of. If we go into here, all we need to do is change that 0 for our Q1 into a 1 and hit enter. All we'd need to do for the median is change that to 2. And hit enter. This one, all we need to do is get in here. Oh, I've chose too much. It's kind of hard to see. 3. And this one, we would need 4. Okay, so looking at our information here. Well, it's got an error. What's the error? No, nothing important. Okay, so we can see that we have got our Q1, our median, our Q3, and our maximum for each of these. And we can drag this across so it will populate in for this other one. Very good. So we could work out the mean. The mean is pretty easy, really. The mean is the average. That's what the function is inside of here. So we could do the average of this range of data and hit enter. There's our mean for suburb A, our mean for suburb B. We could do the range. The range really can be done as the maximum of this group minus the minimum of the same group, and it will give us the range. So we have even, the ability to quickly calculate all sorts of bits of data. Okay, so we have all of our 5-point summaries for our 2 sets of data. Let me show you how to actually turn that into a box and whisker plot. What we do is we select all of our 2 groups of data, and we want to go to up here on the bar to insert. What we're looking to insert is actually this one here, insert statistic chart. When we drop down this little arrow, it will give us a choice of a histogram, but what we really want is a box and whisker plot. That one right there. Now, it's not in the right place, and we can move that. Maybe we can make it a bit thinner, perhaps. so that it fits a little nicer. Something you will need to do is if you right click on this box and you go to formulate the data series, choose inclusive median and make that go away. You'll want to do the same for the other one as well. Format data series, inclusive median. And you will see, well, we don't really care about the title as such, do we? We just have we don't really want that either. We just have our data. We just have our box and whisker plot. Now you'll note that it's got a scale. It's equidistant all the way up the side. You'll see that our minimum for sub A, the suburb A, was 92.3, and here it is here. It's like 92.3. Our maximum was 99.9, and you'll see it's just under the 100, 99.9. So there's our minimum and our maximum. Now it's kind of drawn in a different orientation than you would if you drew it on paper, but that's okay, we can still read it. Our median is the middle line, our Q1 is this bottom line down here, and this is really, really good. And what's really great about it is it updates in in real time, not mean time. Read the word mean. If we change these numbers, like for example, if we got some different data, and this actually was 99.9, and you hit enter, well, you saw that the whisker over here automatically changed. Okay, so I'll do it again. Watch this whisker over here as I change this data. If I change this from 98.9 to 99.9, that whisker automatically updates for us, which is really, really handy. What's really great is that Excel automatically can tell you if you have an outlier in your data. So let's go back to what we had before. Let's just say that I didn't notice, but I accidentally, when I put this one in, I didn't put in 93.9. I actually accidentally put in 63.9. I put that in, and look at how my graph changed. It had to change a whole bunch of my scale on the side to fit that in, and it showed this little dot. Now that dot is how we represent in Excel the outlier. That outlier is there to show us that this one value is way outside the range of everything else. Okay, so if I get rid of that, I'll make that number a bit different so you can see our other boxes haven't changed in terms of what they're showing. All it's done is it's really given us this outlier that is showing that it's way out of the range. Okay, so we can go back to what that was. What was it? 93.9, I'm guessing. Yeah, and there's the outlier and it goes away. And that's for a low value, but we could also do that for a high value. Let's say that this wasn't 98.9, it was actually 108.9. And there we go again. Now we have an outlier that is showing that it's on the high end. Okay, so Excel is really useful. Very, very good tool that if you have on your computer, which you should have, that you can actually put box plots in so that you can even start comparing them. I'll talk about what that would look like in the next video.